Let me start by saying it's never okay to root for another player to get injured. But if the player gets injured while you're not rooting for them to get injured, and it improves the position of your first round pick, maybe a different story. Glenn Naughton, Jet Nation Radio, JetNation.com. Be sure to check us out on JetNation.com, the most active Jets message board on the web. So as you've likely heard by now, Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson left last night's game with a finger injury. Could potentially miss 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks would be huge for Seattle and the Jets, as the Jets still own Seattle's first round pick. Russell Wilson, love the guy. Ambassador for the game, great player. Plays his heart out every week. Just produces despite never having an offensive line to protect him. Doesn't complain. Well, a little bit this offseason. But either way, Russell Wilson out for an unspecified amount of time as of now. 6 to 8 weeks is what we're hearing. And this means Geno Smith takes over at quarterback for the Seahawks. The drop-off from Geno Smith to Russell Wilson is astronomical. And Geno, listen, let's be fair to Geno. He's been sitting and watching now for a few years. He's been sitting and watching Eli Manning, sitting and watching Russell Wilson. He's had the chance, front row seat, best seat in the house, to watch Hall of Fame quarterbacks operate. I expect him to be a better player than he was with the Jets. Is he going to be good enough to win 4 or 5 out of 6 games with Seattle, the way their defense is playing? Not a chance. Seattle's defense has been terrible. They could really use a safety who can cover, by the way. So the Jets right now have a draft pick that many of us assumed would be somewhere between 25 and 32. Might be top 12 now. It's 11 at the moment. That'll change. They'll win some games. But no, don't celebrate an injury. But you can't really pretend you're not happy about the fact that your team just saw the value of their first round pick go from bottom of the round to top of the round. So something to monitor, something to keep an eye on. Russell Wilson. And listen, maybe the early reports of the finger injury on Wilson, maybe they're wrong and they come back and say, oh, it's just a mild sprain. It'll be 2 weeks. We'll see. But as of right now, people are saying 6 to 8 weeks. The other big story, John Franklin Myers, of course, gets his deal last night, 4 years, $55 million. As I said just the other day, I did a Joe Douglas video, and I said Joe Douglas is prioritizing premium positions. Whether it's with his draft picks or with the money he's giving out, the premium guys are getting money. This is why John Franklin Myers has a deal and Marcus May does not. One plays defensive line and gets to the quarterback consistently while stuffing the run. That is an elite trait, an elite ability. And Marcus May is a nice player who plays safety and is not going to get top safety money. So Franklin Myers inks his 4-year deal, $55 million. It's an extension. It's not a new deal. So he plays this year under his current deal. Then his new deal kicks in next year. So the Jets have him locked up for the next 4 years beyond this season. So great job by Joe Douglas getting one of his elite guys locked up. And what a coup this is for the Jets. Franklin Myers, a player who was a member of the Rams, and you just have to imagine, and this happens from time to time, the Rams were so stacked at D-line, and Franklin Myers was an unproven guy. They had to, obviously, it was a numbers game, and they placed him on waivers. Jets snatched him up, sat him out for a year with an injury, and now all of a sudden, he played great last year, and then this season, 3 sacks through the first few weeks. So you're happy to see him locked up for the long term. Lot of young talent on that D-line. Quinnen Williams. People are saying give Quinnen his extension. He's in year 3 of 5. Like, they're at least going to let him play next season before you make a move with Quinnen Williams. But good news on the Jets front in that regard. And Jets in London this Sunday. Myself, I am hopping on a train tomorrow morning. First thing, 5 a.m. Should be in London by around 7. Taking the festivities. Hit some of the bars where the Jets are going to be featured. Enjoy myself and hopefully a great game. Something to keep an eye on, Elijah Moore. Zach Wilson wins Pepsi Rookie of the Week, which, listen, it's great. You want to see the kid progress. You want to see him get acknowledged. So he wins Rookie of the Week. I think it's Elijah Moore's turn next. Let's get him targeted. Listen, I like Corey Davis. He's had some rough times early on, but at the end of the day, very good player. But it's time to get Elijah Moore heavily involved in this offense. He needs to see some of the targets that Braxton Berrios is getting. Get Moore a heavy dose of targets. Get Davis a heavy dose of targets, and let's dial back the Berrios a little bit. And even Davis is seeing 10 targets a game. It seems like dial him back to 7. Get him back to 7. Berrios to 1 or 2, and let's get Elijah Moore 6, 7, 8, 9 targets. Get him in open space and let him make some plays the way he was brought in to do it. So be sure to check us out on Jet Nation Radio on Tuesday to recap what will hopefully be a Jets win in London. Give me a follow on Facebook, on Twitter, at AceFan23. You can follow Alex Varallo and Dylan Terriman, my other hosts on Jet Nation Radio. Alex is at NYJetsLife24, and Dylan is at Dylan Terriman. Give us a follow on Twitter, check us out, and we will have more later in the week, Jets fans. Take care.